So we go to this thing last night, L.A. Italia Film Festival's in town. My buddy Pascal Vicadamini, he comes over from Italy, and he puts together this free film festival of all these great Italian films. And the list this year looked phenomenal of Italian films. And I haven't been able to go by yet to watch them. But there were, and he shows some classics, too, because it's Al Pacino tribute year.
Al Pacino tribute, and also a tribute to the spaghetti westerns, not just the Sergio Leone ones, but the original Django films.
Sure.
And a number of other ones, so that's great.
And so every year there's like a theme. Spaghetti westerns are usually involved every year because that's what Italy does best is the western. Well, that's what they're most known for, I guess.
Yeah. And, Fellini.
You're right, and no, fuck that guy. He never shows a Fellini picture. I've never seen a Fellini picture at Pascal's Film Festival.
Or, yeah.
Maybe they had a falling out.
They did.
Him and Fellini don't get along.
Yeah.
So this year's Al Pacino. Al was there Sunday night, and they honored Al, and they showed one of his films earlier in the day. Saturday, they got Godfather 2 going on. They have Woody Allen's film about Rome. You could skip that one. What else do they have? They have a bunch of things Saturday. I was like, I want to go Saturday. Saturday was like the day for me.
They had the animated film that you were sad you missed.
I'm so mad I missed that.
Gladiator, like a DreamWorks type of
Gladiators in Rome or something. Yeah, and it takes place in the Coliseum. It looks very Shrek meets Gladiators.
Right, and a very little scene spaghetti western called Texas Audio, which I would have went to, but... and there was something...
that filmed by the guy that looks like from American Chopper?
There was one playbill where the guy looked like that.
The guy they were honoring Friday, and I forget his name, and I feel like a goof.
A couple of things by director Francisco Rossi, and blah, 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 blah.
So Pascal's a friend. He's like the greatest guy ever. Pascal asked me to come Sunday. I knew it was Pacino night. I knew they were going to be jammed to the rafters, right? I knew they were just going to be packed. So I decided... all right, I'm not going to go Sunday night because I don't want to be a burden on Pascal. I don't want him to feel like he has to catch up with me and stuff when he's got to worry about big Al Pacino coming in.
Yeah.
Little Al Pacino coming in. So I think Pascal really wanted to see me, and he's like, you must come Tuesday. And he sent me the same message, sent me the same text 4 times. He goes, you must come Tuesday. You come Tuesday, Matthew. You come Tuesday. Come tonight. And I'm like, all right, I'm coming.
And he really does talk like Chico Marx.
Right. I go, I'm going to come by. I'm going to see Pascal for 15 minutes, and we're going to leave because he's honoring last night Harvey Weinstein and Quentin Tarantino and Christoph Waltz, and they're all there, the whole Django cast and crew. And I go, we're going to come for 15 minutes, and we're going to leave. Little did I forget, because I thought I'm going to go see my friend, that Hollywood never starts anything on time, ever. And so we get there at 8:30 so we could be a little early and see Pascal. They're supposed to start at 9. 9 goes by, don't start. 9:15 goes by, still not starting. I don't think it started till we left, which was at 10:30. Interesting thing that happened, though, is throughout the evening, Pascal would come up to me on and off. And it was kind of funny because Pascal's like the road runner.
Right.
And he's always like running around. He's got his phone going and he's talking to everyone. So he would purposely come bump into us like every 15 minutes and talk up a storm.
Yeah, but he was a hot mess.
He was.
Every finger in a pie.
He was. He was. He was in control of everything. And by the way, really well. And by the way, this is the only free film festival I know of that you can go to. And every film is free.
Every film is free.
And it's at Mann's Chinese
and having
Theater
it at the
for
Chinese
people that
is
need to
just
know.
really, I think, an interesting place to have a free film festival of foreign films.
I think it's great.
Yes.
I think it's great. You can't go to a free film festival anywhere, and this is great. So at one point, Pascal is like leading all these people into like a back area, and Lee and I are making jokes that Pascal's like taking hot women and going to the back.
That's the green room, or what it looked like was the pink room.
Right. And so we're making jokes because Pascal's a pimp, and we're expecting that he's coming out like, after making out with some broad and having like some rough Italian sex.
Right.
So we're making a joke. In the middle of one of the jokes,
love Italian style.
Pascal turns around and goes, and we were just like, he had 2 people with him, and one was, I think, Natasha Kinski and her husband. Mm-hmm. And he turns around, and we made a joke, oh, Pascal, it's 3-way time.
Yeah.
And he turns around and he goes, Matthew, come to the back. And I'm like, oh no.
And you're like,
oh, I'm not going to be a
looking
part of
around,
this.
and I'm like, should I go with him or not? He's like, he said, just you.
Yeah, he goes, just you.
Yeah.
So, I got picked for the 4-way.
Okay.
He leads me to the back.
You can't have an around the world without. Go on. Go on.
Without the fifth?
Yeah. So he leads you back.
He leads me to the back. Not a word said, by the way, from the walk to this elevator. Not a word. It's just you're following Pascal. It's like top secret. Elevator door opens. Not a word. We get into this elevator. I'm standing there going, what the hell is going on? And by the way, I'm in jeans and my fourth favorite Hawaiian shirt and a leather jacket.
Yeah.
And a pair of Nikes.
And it's open. The top buttons are open.
Yeah.
Tom
Chest
Selleck.
hairs. Like, yeah. And so not a word still said. The elevator gets to this top floor penthouse-like area in Mann's Chinese Theater. And it opens up, and all you see is there's Harvey Weinstein, there's Quentin Tarantino, there's Christoph Waltz, there's Mark Canton, who we've had on the show.
Franco
Nero, Dennis Christopher, they're all up there. And Natasha. So this was like really awkward because you and I, we don't like bothering celebrities at all. We don't like talking to them.
No.
We leave them alone.
Right.
If they're not doing the show or doing a project we're working on, I don't bother with them at all. So Pascal still doesn't say a word until he walks me over. He goes, go talk to Christoph Waltz, Matthew. I go, no. No, I will not. I will not talk to Mr. Waltz. So outside of these power players up there, it's just all beautiful women, like wall to wall. Like they're just there as props. That's what Pascal was doing. He's pulling all these beautiful women to go upstairs to like decorate the area.
Less said about that, the better.
And I got to tell you, Harvey, Quentin, all those guys didn't give a shit about the women being there. No, they would take pictures and stuff, but Harvey was in business mode. He was on his phone. He was talking. Very low-key, by the way. This was an interesting thing I learned about Harvey Weinstein. Not yelling, not screaming, not mean. He was very nice.
Yeah.
He was a gentleman to me, and he was just very low-key.
Soft-spoken?
Yeah, soft-spoken. That was the most bizarre part for me. So all those stories you hear about Harvey, I have the one to contradict it.
Yeah. Maybe he's doing yoga now.
Quentin was usual Quentin, running around as skinny of an area as he, it was a real thin area.
Right.
Like it was packed when you get all those women in there.
Right.
But Quentin's still doing his thing where he's like the Tasmanian devil going back and forth, having conversations, literally spinning while doing it like a tornado. And Christoph Waltz was like the classiest gentleman I've ever seen. He's decked out in this like Gucci, Versace, I have no idea, beautiful suit, great shoes, perfectly coiffed. Like it was like looking at a really gorgeous woman.
Gucci.
Right. I'm like, wow, this guy is good looking. Good for him.
Yeah.
So Christoph was there. Everyone's super nice. Now, at some point in time, I did get asked to leave. That's neither here nor there. We're not going to talk about it. I didn't do anything wrong. It was a misunderstanding, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I did want to share with everyone this story that at LA Italia, everyone's there. David O. Russell was there the other day. I heard rumors De Niro was there. Like, everybody's there. You should stop by. It's at Mann's Chinese. Support Italian culture and Italian film.
Only for parking is the only thing you'll pay.
Yeah, parking is the only thing you'll pay.
You could stay there all day.
Because it's Oscar week, and they have the Hollywood Boulevard closed off.
Right.
So you do have to park and go into Mann's through the underground garage.
Aren't we considerate even to lay out how you park when you get there?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We are very considerate.
Yeah.
We give you the tips on here. And so please go support my guy Pascal, and please go support LA Italia. It's a great festival. It's great culture. And it's a good time, and it's free. It's free. I wish you made a great comment last night when we weren't talking to these beautiful Italian women that we had no business talking to.
Right.
And they were talking to us.
Yeah.
They were like into us, and I was kind of shocked.
Yeah.
And like they were foul-mouthed and
they
like
were funny. They were raucous.
What I love about the Italians, we were talking last night about the two things Italians do when they're around you. They have no filter, but when they do say something that's rude, it's not with venom. They don't do it with venom. It's like their way of joking.
They were charming.
They're charming, right.
Yeah.
And then the second thing they do is You have two Americans like Lee and I, so they'll speak English to us for like 5 minutes, and then they'll have a side conversation in the middle of our circle in Italian.
We'll be standing there, and they're gonna be like, and then they talk back to us, and then they'll say something like, "This fucking girl, I hope she doesn't come over here. I can't stand
this French girl.
I know.
And they hate French women.
Yes.
They hate French women.
Yeah.
They hate them.
Ah.
This one Italian girl came up to us, and she's like, I was going to give her a chance, but she's French.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't like the French. So, yeah, but you made a good point that maybe Mann's Chinese should serve like noodles.
Yeah,
or like
should have
one Chinese
thing.
option.
Yeah.
At least fortune cookies.
little, yeah.
Those you could buy in bulk. You should get a fortune cookie with every popcorn.
At least one of those styrofoam things of noodles
Yeah, right.
for all the struggling actors. They're used to it.
You would have to pay for $4 for a cup of ramen.
Yeah, right.
For a cup of ramen.
How many you get 30 cents?
But you could sit there literally all day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are you going to do this weekend? Are you going to go see Dark Skies, or are you going to go to the film festival? There's no great movies coming out this weekend. Anyway, Snitch is the other one with Dwayne Johnson. You could see that on video. Go to the film festival at Mann's Chinese. It's free. It's free. You don't have to pay a dime. It's a good time.
Did we mention that?
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yes.
So, buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
And we love you, Pascal.
Ciao, bello.
And we love you, and we encourage everyone to go do that. So that's what we did last night.